Zelensky is president of Ukraine, as every person on the planet is now well aware, and he is cracking down more on the media in his country. Now, this is not unheard of before, especially in wartime. Our own President Lincoln, who everyone loves to praise, cracked down on the media quite severely in this country. What's going on in Ukraine? Is this justified? Is this insane? Is he a tyrant? What is this?
Well, depends on who you ask, but here's what we know. Last week, Zelensky signed a law, basically 300 pages, give or take, that basically said, look, there is a government organization or a council that now has profound powers, far more than they ever had, that basically says that the council can ban any and every news outlet. That could be a newspaper, radio, television, and they can also filter out Google or other search results, right? Here's the other key to this new law, and that is that they don't have to have a court order. They can just decide it, right? So that is a profound set of powers that can absolutely be abused. So now the next question is, well, who's on this council? Who gets to decide this stuff? Well, it turns out that the people who are appointed to it are those appointed by Zelensky and Parliament, which is controlled absolutely by his own party. So you have a council that ostensibly could take these independent sort of takes on foreign media or domestic media, calling them bad or wrong, misinformation. But really, it is a profound tool that if Zelensky wants to, he can use it to create dictatorial sort of stances on things. And that's what journalists inside of Ukraine and throughout Europe are saying today, that, look, we have a problem with this law. This is a dictatorial, anti-European values type system here that we're adopting in Ukraine. It's bad, and it casts a dictatorial shadow over Zelensky. That's according to the journalists inside of Ukraine as of today.
With war comes increased amounts of propaganda. Not that we're ever hurting for that anyway, but that's just the nature of war. It comes with increased amounts of propaganda. And Lord knows there has been a ton of it from both sides, Russia and Ukraine, from the very beginning of this whole thing. It's actually what turned me off to it. I was interested for about a day, then everyone kept lying to me, and I stopped being interested at all. So there's been a lot. Who did it work on? Who didn't it work on?
Oh, this is such an amazing story. All right, so last spring, we were told that the CIA, NSA, and others were going to be releasing information, intelligence, to the American people and all throughout the world to let everybody know what the Russians were going to do, what Vladimir Putin was up to. The goal, according to intelligence community, was to get inside the head of Putin, to basically say, hey, we've got spies everywhere, and we know exactly what you're going to do before you even do it, right? So that was the goal of releasing this stuff last spring and into the summer. In fact, even to today, and they're still doing it. Well, Avril Haines, the director of national intelligence, was speaking on BBC radio with her counterpart, talking about this propaganda campaign, and was it successful? And she said, no, it wasn't. It didn't get inside of Putin's head, nor did it influence or impact any of Putin's allies. Well, the question then becomes, well, did it do anything at all? Was it successful at all? And she said, well, the propaganda efforts did impact, or information or intel did impact Western audiences. That is to say, European and American audiences. So that's awful. That is, in some cases, illegal to basically have domestic influence or propaganda operations. You could do that stuff abroad per U.S. law. That happens all the time, but not domestically. You're not supposed to influence your own people. Very much unlawful, if not absolutely flagrantly so. So I think this is a huge scandal, widely underappreciated, but I think it's a big, big deal.
I'm asking your opinion on something here. Why? Okay, it blew back in our faces and worked on us, and it didn't work on them. Why didn't it work on them, and why did it work on us?
Because Putin fundamentally knew exactly what was true and what wasn't, and so did his general staff, etc. So when they would see some of these rumors out there, they knew it was just silliness and garbage, but we didn't. Right? The American people didn't, so we bought it hook, line, and sinker, especially because the CIA and the NSA and the FBI said, it was, we know that it's true. We have high confidence in this stuff, when in fact they didn't. It was all garbage, but we didn't know that. We have faith. We have trust in these systems, right? They're supposed to be pro-Americans and doing good things for us. Just not true.